So tell me a little about this Pluto thing you were telling me about.
Well, it's kind of this.
Vic stopped you in your tracks, and I was like, man, keep going. I want to know about it.
So this really does go into the law of attraction, because in the law of attraction, those synchronized numbers that you'll see. So like if you're driving and you see 1111 or 555, those all mean something in the spiritual realm. Well, this kind of buys into that. So it's 22222 on a Tuesday. So those are all those awesome numbers that people in the law of attraction and that sort of thing really dig. So on today, what you're supposed to do, and there's different, like I said, different people that are like specialized in this have different ways. The one way I'm not really on board with, but I understand it, is that people believe that we're all spirits and you sign a contract basically with God before you're born. And like your contract says how much money you'll make and how hard or easy your life will be. And so on a day like today,
I got screwed.
You can rewrite your contract. On a day like today, you can rewrite that contract with God.
What?
So some people believe that way. Now, I'm not into that, but I understand if you believe that.
Right.
I'm more into on this day, because it is those beautiful numbers. Let's try to be even more positive than we normally are.
Yes.
Don't argue with anybody. Because if you argue today, that's going to set you up for the next 2 years of arguing.
I'm in trouble.
That's why I said don't argue today. You cannot argue today.
But talking doesn't count.
Talking doesn't count as arguing. But like those series.
Oh, today is 222.
Yeah,
It's a palindrome.
It's today.
Palindrome.
Wow. All right.
So-
See, now I've never heard this concept on this.
I go kind of deep in this law of attraction thing.
It's
There's
cool.
also something called the Gravovoy numbers. Gravovoy code, basically, and these numbers are basically like a thing that you could say, but instead it's numbers.
Yes.
So, for instance, for health, your number is 18911014.
What?
And you could maybe say that a bunch of times to get you back.
How
to
do you get your
healthy.
numbers?
How do you know your number?
You can Google these Gravovoy numbers. Or
How?
codes.
I mean, but how does Google know about your numbers?
Some guy had I don't ever Google, by the way. I only DuckDuckGo. But you could DuckDuckGo these numbers,
That's
right?
my wife, too, DuckDuckGo.
Because Google tracks you and DuckDuckGo doesn't.
Man, you learn all kinds of stuff on this
You
show,
know the
don't
stuff
you?
that I've looked up on Google. You know the
That's what I'm
government's
saying.
going, just stay away from that guy. He's crazy.
That guy nuts. Watch out for that guy. He's crazy.
Okay, DuckDuckGo.
I got to download DuckDuckGo, I guess, because that's the new thing.
Well, I mean, if your wife uses it, you probably should have been listening to her.
Yeah,
from
happy wife,
a while.
happy life.
Oh, yeah, she's had it for a while. Like, as soon as it
So
came out,
you
she's
said
like, I'm
she's
out of
the
it.
conspiracy theorist more than you are.
Yeah. Well, they're not conspiracies to her. This is
Well, that's what I'm
happened.
saying.
Yeah.
They're just previews of coming attractions to her.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. So you should always listen to those
Okay.
people because there's always at least a little truth to everything they're telling you.
Okay, get back to the numbers.
True.
Okay, I'm back to the numbers. I'm sorry.
Very interested in the numbers.
1-854-867-5309.
No.
No, that is
86753. That's not
that's
the number.
Jenny.
That's not the number. So I don't know all the numbers off the top of my head. I happen to know the health one because I did write it on my wrist today
Okay.
for
You should get it tattooed, like
get some health, right?
prison number.
Some good health, as people may or may not know, health's not the best for me. So wrote that number there on my wrist just to kind of do that. So that kind of bodes in this. Basically, if you are a new level law of attraction-y, which probably people listening to me are probably not really deep into this like I am because I'm a little bit of a nut.
Gotcha.
If you're new, write a couple of wishes down. Write a couple of things that you want, but put a feeling with it. So
Okay.
like, I am so happy now that my health is wonderful.
Okay.
I am so grateful to have my new car. Whatever the things are, make
Yes.
sure you put a feeling with it. Maybe write down 3 wishes for the 2 years and stay positive
This is
today.
fantastic. This is great.
And then every once in a while, just look at what you've written down and try to feel what it would feel like if you had, let's say it's a new car. Feel what you would feel like if you had that new car. Try to have that feeling. Try to live in the moment.
Yes.
And then if you can do that, maybe, and you know what? Maybe it's all hooky, but who cares?
No, it's not.
It's
So,
made me positive and
not.
happy and
Basically manifesting.
basically manifesting.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So have you seen the videos of Jim Carrey? Everyone thinks he's a nut job.
Oh my gosh. I love all the Jim Carrey videos because of this.
He is a
Yes.
huge
What-
manifester.
He
what-
stands in a
Jim
field
Carrey
with his
movie?
arms wide open and asks God for a
I'm lost.
bicycle, I think.
Bring
Right.
me back to Jim Carrey. What's
Okay,
going
so
on with
Jim Carrey is a manifester.
Yes.
He's even admitted
Huge.
before even when he was doing In Living Color,
Okay.
he was manifesting his career and wrote himself a check for $10 million.
Yes, he did.
And
Yes,
a
he
date
did.
within I think it was was it the same month or whatever, he got a $10 million contract to do Ace Ventura.
What?
Yes. He manifested that years before. It was like 10 years in the future, and he wrote that check. It was like within a month of the date that he wrote that, he was paid $10 million to do Ace Ventura.
Before he was even famous?
Yes.
Before he was even famous.
Wow.
Yes, and he had talked about he had a nun teacher, and the teacher said that every time she gets whatever she wants, she says she'll do, I think it was a Hail Mary or whatever, like she will say the rosary, but she asked what she wants, she'd get it.
Right.
So he said as a kid, I think he was like 10, he went into a field with his arms open and he wanted this bicycle, and he said he would do the rosary. And his parents, who at the time were very, very not wealthy and poor, ended up getting him this bicycle somehow. It just came to him.
Okay, so the laws of attraction thing, and I know that I'm speaking around you guys because you guys know way more than I do, but there's this movie called The Secret.
I mean, basically, that's where kind of I probably started for me.
So
watch
you watched The
and then
Secret?
you're like, well, that's
Oh.
interesting, but... And then you start
Wait a minute,
digging
interesting,
into,
but what?
well, you start digging into other people.
But wait a minute.
But now you're
Is
getting
this
into
movie
the
a secret? Because I've never heard of it.
You've never heard of The
You
Secret?
gotta watch
It was like on
Gotta watch
Oprah
it.
had her on like 100 years ago.
It's really simple.
And so it's a very simplified version of what we were talking about, manifestation
Okay.
and law of attraction.
It's
Yeah.
called The Secret.
Well, it's like this. Here's the
Maybe
deal.
I've heard. I don't
okay,
know.
so-
It's a movie and it's a book.
Okay.
So the universe, and we're talking about all kind. This is not conspiracy, by the way. This is human beings talking about higher power. Conspiracy is what happened in the jail cell over in France. What we were just talking about.
Yeah.
This to me is not
I'm
conspiracy
glad we
theory.
got off that because that just
It could have gone in a different direction. We could have been get black helicopters, but so
We all end up dead tomorrow, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, right.
so the universe is energy, right?
Right? We're
The-
energy.
The thoughts that you put into the said universe is energy, correct? There's manifested. Yeah, you're right. So here's the secret: the universe does not give a damn. It's like if you put this into the universe, if you're like, I'm going to have a horrible day today, the universe is like, all right, you're going to have a horrible day. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you put in there that I'm not asking to be wealthy. I'm telling you, like you just said with Drew, not Drew Carey, but who?
Jim
Carrey. You're going to be wealthy. You've just manifested it. You've just claimed it. I'm going to be famous. I'm going to be on a big stage. I'm going to be I'm going to own horses. Whatever it is.
You probably did it